Hi everybody, this is Ernie, and I love America. I really do. It's a great land, and we're getting ready to celebrate a great day in our country. Yesterday, Obama made a speech in Colorado about patriotism, and most of the words were well spoken, and he made some really good points. I think he's an eloquent speaker. I hope he's as sincere as he seems to be. All right, I'm still not going to vote for him because of his liberal things, but you know, it was a good speech and I enjoyed it. However, I think he missed a couple of pretty serious points. Number one, patriotism to me is just simply love of country. This is the greatest country in the history of the man, and we're really very, very lucky to be citizens of this country. Love of country isn't just waving flags and singing the national anthem. It's part of it, but it's a small part of it. It has more to do with remembering this country and how far we've come and the things we've had to do to get to where we are. True patriots, I think, embrace the Republic as a place where freedom of choice is paramount. Freedom of choice. And dissent is accepted. But dissent should be accepted to a point, all right? For example, the point. People like Michael Moore, John Murtha, Harry Reid, Louis Farrakhan, and a host of others, unfortunately. These radical left people see this country as a bully, as unfair, as a capitalistic society bent on keeping the common man down and keeping him in some sort of slavery. Their socialistic views have them dreaming of America that is in union with the world, in a one-world type of government overseen by some sort of chosen few who will oversee our very existence and tend to all our needs according to, basically, their wishes. Michael Moore, for example, I believe this guy really hates this country. I really think he hates America. Just watch his movies, okay? As seen in his movies of lies and mistruths and distortions. A patriot would not demean this country for profit or just simply to spread lies. Yet even hating a capitalistic society as he does, he gladly takes the money and keeps it and spends his money made by the very society that he hates. That, my friends, is called hypocrisy, which is very common on the left. John Murtha, for example, although an ex-serviceman, and we thank him for his service, will stand and tell lies about his American military personnel in Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever. Bold lies, lies that have been proven lies, statements that have been made that couldn't possibly be true. We have some bad servicemen out there. Everybody got a couple of bad guys once in a while. But 99% of our men and women over there are doing their job. And they're keeping us safe, they're helping the Iraqis, and the thing is moving on forward very well. But John Murtha doesn't like any of that because if he's proven wrong, he can lose his power, which I hope he does this November if he's up for election. Harry Reid, now he wants us to be afraid of coal. He wants us to be afraid of oil. Good God, man, does the man know that they don't mine coal the same way they used to? They don't burn coal the same way they used to burn it? Harry, you're not back in your little cabin wherever you are with your little coal stove and little black smoke coming out of the chimney anymore. Harry, you're doing this for one reason, to keep your power and to get to be able to sit and eat dinner next to Nancy Pelosi, which God knows I don't know why you'd want to do that. But people like that are not patriots. Trust me. As a country, we've made some mistakes, folks. We really have. But why don't we turn our attention to something, you know, maybe a couple of the positives. Let's take, for example, the pharmaceutical and chemistry companies. Everybody hates them on the left. Everybody. They're just almost warmongering, pill-pushing devils. Well, in the last, I don't know how many years, these people have rid us of so many diseases and afflictions and problems. I myself am taking medicine right now that if they didn't have it, I probably would have died a few years ago. So I'm very happy the pharmaceutical companies and the chemistry companies and the pharmaceutical companies are doing what they can to make me healthy and to make you and me live longer. Okay, how about oil? Well, we know where the oil is. It's in Anwar. It's off the coast. But the Democratic Congress is fighting us every step of the way. They've got to fight us every step of the way, because if we alleviate the gas problem now, they're not going to have anything to complain about, and they won't be able to go to their constituents and say, hey, vote for me because I saved America. But just finding new drilling places, Anwar, off the coast of Florida, California, whatever, that in itself is going to force the oil speculators to start betting on the downside, and that is going to make gasoline and oil cheaper. And by the way, it won't take 10 to 12 years to get the gas to your pump. That is a left, democratic, liberal lie. Talk to a driller. They can tell you about that. It doesn't take that long. They just did a well in 47 days, I think it was in Oklahoma. The thing's ready to hook up a pipe to and start pumping oil. If we had the refineries, that would be pretty easily done. But remember, we as Americans have the power in our hands to have whatever kind of country we want. All right? And I don't think we want a country run by the Harry Reids and John Murphys of this country. We want leaders that are bold and strong and are not intimidated by special interest groups like the ACLU, the American Communist Liberties Union, the labor unions, and the Green Wackos and the Hollyweirdos. And that goes for Democrats and Republicans alike. I'm so tired of special interest groups and lobbyists. I'm to the point of getting sick. We need to talk about that in one of these videos. But anyway, this 4th of July, let's look at our wonderful country. Remember that country should come first, right after family. That's a patriot. Let's remember that it should be okay to say God in public, and that good morals and values are our right thing to do and have. And they should be passed on to our kids and our children. Let's look at let's look at one another and say, this land of ours, Mr. Terrorist, is ours. And if you have any plans, you better beware, because we are Americans. We can disagree all we want among each other. But let's keep our country first. Love this land that has given so much to so many. Let's remember the patriots who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms, and those that will continue to serve and give all they have. Let's weed out American haters and tell them that only in this country could they even have the right to say the untrue and negative things that pour from their hateful little mouths. And that we are not going to put up with hate any longer, any kind of hate. Disagreement is fine. Hate is out. And we are not going to put up with it. Disagreement is what and who we are as Americans. But hate has no place anymore, and we just don't want it. So I would say to you, God bless America. God bless this land and all its people. And let's remember, we are all Americans. Celebrate that fact and spread the word that we are still here, and we will stand shoulder to shoulder despite whoever or whatever challenges this people. We can disagree, we can get angry, but remember, we are patriots, we are Americans. We are from lines and lines and lines of good blood stock. And try saying, I'm an American of Irish descent instead of an Irish American, or I'm an American of African descent instead of an African American. Let's start putting this country first. Let's make this land greater than it is, and we can do it. So I would like to wish all of you a really, really, really happy 4th of July, a safe 4th of July. And remember, it's more than waving flags. It's more than the Star-Spangled Banner. But let's all stand up. Let's take our hats off and put our hands over our hearts. And let's sing that national anthem with gust and gusto. Get a little tear in there and feel the patriotism in your chest. Feel it in your heart, feel it in your mind, and feel it on your lips. Hold your kid's hand and let him know that you, mom and dad, uncle, aunt, whatever, are an American, and you are proud to live in this land, and that you're going to pass it on to them, because this is one great place to live. All right. Thank you, and keep watching the videos. I really appreciate your comments, and subscribe if you'd like. Some of these aren't bad. All right. Hey, have a happy and safe 4th of July, and thanks for watching.